Rick Dollar with NetRadioDogs.com, and we are live at Song of the Mountains in Marion, Virginia. We've got a ton of people to talk to, so we're going to head backstage and give you the backstage experience you never got before. Rick Dollar, and we're backstage at Song of the Mountains, and the Bankesters are in here, and they're trying to warm up. We're going to see what happens. Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, Phil Bankester, good to see you. And the rest of the clan, Tyler, and everybody else. I can't remember the girls' names because I'm married, okay? But anyway, well done. How's things going? Why are you guys at Song of the Mountains?
Tim called.
Tim called. Well, that's probably a good thing, you know?
We just thought we'd show up.
We didn't take no for an answer. That's
Exactly. I wouldn't either. Okay. Well, how have things been going, man, since we saw you last?
Well, we've got a new album recorded and mixed and waiting for it to come out. There's a single out to radio already.
Great. What's it called?
It's called Nightbird.
Nightbird, okay.
Yeah.
And what's the record called?
The record's called Nightbird.
Wow.
Yeah.
That makes it easier, doesn't
it does.
All right.
I thought we'd release the title track first.
Yeah, it's just simpler. So, Kyle,
Yes, sir.
how have things been going for you?
Been pretty good, man. I'm working and I'm in grad school right now and picking banjo as much as I can. So
Exactly.
Love it.
All right, ladies. So, the big question is, how have y'all?
We're good. Great. You've been swell. Pretty good. I'm good. I'm great.
It's not like a lineup. I'm asking you, where were you on the night of April 47?
Yeah, we're staying busy.
You guys are sounding
Stanley
great.
travels a
Yeah,
lot.
I mean, the band is, are you guys playing a lot of places, or have you cut back a little bit because of the record, or what?
We've traveled a lot this last summer, and then we spent a good amount of time rehearsing and recording our album, and then now we're getting ready to kind of wind up for the end of the year.
we're spending the next couple months prepping for the release of the CD. So we're not doing as many shows, but we're working on marketing and promotional material for that.
Yeah.
Just let us know, man. We'll do everything we possibly can to push that record out, okay?
Thank you.
No problem. So how's your husband?
He's doing great. We're having a baby.
So yeah, tell everybody who your husband is.
My husband is Mo Pitney,
Okay.
so I'm Emily Pitney.
With
I'm no longer a Bankester.
Junior. Or?
And this is Eveline Pitney.
Oh, really? So you know it's a girl
It's
already?
a girl. We found
Awesome.
out it's a girl. Yep. We're
That's
so excited
incredible.
about it. Yeah.
You heard it first here, folks. So how are you, young lady?
I'm great.
I have this thing for mandolins, man. She can
Me
pick
too.
a mandolin. I mean,
Yeah,
you guys
okay.
have what you do down to a science. And
Thank you.
I think maybe it's because, you know, your family, you're closer or whatever, you know, maybe. I don't know. But it works out.
Yeah.
Okay?
Thank you.
All right, you guys have a good time on Song of the Mountains, okay?
Thank
They
you.
sure will. Thank you so much.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah. Rick Dollar with Song of the Mountains. We're going to run and see what Randall Hibbitts is doing real quick. Randall Hibbitts and Appalachia's in here, like you can't hear them, okay? We're going to go and interrupt and see what's going on for Song of the Mountains. Hey, what's going on, guys? We're hanging in here. All right. Randall Hibbitts and Appalachia. Listen to them. They don't even want to stop, okay? You can't stop these boys. What's going on, man?
We're just hanging out like wallpaper.
Hanging out like wallpaper at the Song of the Mountains
Yes,
in
sir.
Marion, Virginia, right?
Glad to be here.
This will be great.
Yes,
Well, you want to introduce me to your bandmates here?
This guy right here, he come down out of New York right after the Civil War,
After the Civil War.
and we've kept him ever since. He moved plumb in Bethlehem, Georgia to fight hurricanes for a living. That's Don Anderson on the bass.
Don Anderson, he looks extremely young.
This here's a wildcat hunter from Kentucky, Dylan Abney
Big
from
Dylan.
Maria, Kentucky.
All right.
This guy right here is the Flash of Fredericksburg, Virginia. Can you get all that in one sentence? Fredericksburg.
You did
Yeah.
good with that.
This is Matt Henderson. That's a monster masher on anything he wants to pick.
I heard
This
that.
right here is my papaw, Junior Blankenship. One of the best old-time Clinch Mountain boy. 20 years with Dr. Ralph Stanley. is a Clinch
20
Mountain
years.
boy.
Let me shake your hand,
Long
son.
time.
Yes, sir.
They say 20 years kills a life sentence, you know.
Now, a lot of respect going right there, buddy. Let me tell you. Now, we all. Now, Randall, let's talk about you for a minute, buddy.
Better than everybody else does. You might as well do it.
We're talking about Clinch Mountain Boys here. You did your time.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was fun. It was probably a good thing to be with Doc and
It was.
and everybody else that was involved at the time. Who was on board when you were?
Well, when I come on, James Allen Shelton was playing the guitar, you remember?
Right.
James Allen Shelton, and then we had Dewey Brown on the fiddle.
Yep.
And of course, Mitchell Van Dyke on the banjo,
Yeah.
and Nathan Stanley on rhythm guitar, sang the lead. And of course, we had the master himself, Dr. Ralph Stanley.
Yes, sir.
Miss
And
him,
I mean-
miss him terribly.
Yes, and you know the bad thing is most of the people we talk to now this year that we've talked to so far, everybody has a connection with Doc in one way or another,
Yes, sir.
and it's just a sad thing that a man that great had to go as quick as he did.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, he influenced a lot of musicians and a lot of different genres of music. And
He did.
And you know, pickers around the house, especially around where we live at, where me and Junior, we're about an hour from each other. And
Yeah.
musicians abroad over in that area, from Kentucky, West Virginia, Iowa, over in there, they eat and live and breathe the Stanley Brothers music. And of course, when James Allen died, Junior come back and played another year and a half with Ralph before
Wow.
quitting. And we were glad to have him. You know, you can't, in my opinion, from Bill Napier, Junior was the best lead picker Ralph had.
Golly, man.
You know, and that's saying a lot, but Ralph had some good ones, but Junior was on his game.
It's just
I
like
appreciate that.
the day we got to interview Ralph here at the Lincoln Theater. I asked him, I said, how in the world does a man do what you're doing at your age? And I didn't want to really say it that way because I didn't want to bother Ralph about his age. I don't think he worried about how old he was. He just did what he did. He said, and it's the funniest thing I've ever heard, and there was about 30 people in the room, and he said, sometimes I get wore out. And then he stood up, pulled his pants up like this, and he said, but I've wore out several. And man, the whole room went up.
And he has.
And he
has.
He had played and traveled and do it, but he did it all because that was his thing, and that's
Yes,
what he
sir.
was supposed to do.
Yes, sir.
That's what kept him going.
We think, a lot of us think this whole life is, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do while we're here? Ralph knew.
Oh, yeah.
Ralph, Carter, and all those guys, they knew.
They knew what they were going to do from the time they picked it up.
It's like the good Lord walked in one day and said, boys, y'all are going to make a lot of people happy.
Ralph told me, he said, playing music, he said, you do what you do, good or bad.
That's right.
And if they like it, they like it. If you don't, they don't. He said, you can't be something you're not.
No, you can't.
He said, he told me the night Earl Scruggs died, he said, Earl was my favorite banjo picker. And he said, I could play just like Earl in that day, in that time. He said, but if I'd played like Earl, I'd have been another Earl Scruggs.
That's right.
He said, I had to be a Ralph Stanley.
That's right. And that's a
Look
whole,
where it got him at.
there's a whole league of people that try to play like, Doc every day.
Yeah.
And, they just, they can try, but it's just not there.
That's right.
Nothing against anybody, but man, I'll tell you.
No, and
You know better
it's,
than
you got your Earl copiers too, and it's,
Sure.
and it's what it is. It's a copy.
It is. It is.
I think in music you have to put your own little something to it, or sing what you do if it's traditional, or if it's, contemporary. Whatever you're going to do,
Whatever you
do
gotta
your
do.
best at it, and do what you do.
That's right.
Don't try to be something you can't be, because you see it every day in music.
Yeah.
I think
It's not worth it.
No, it's
People-
you ain't.
Not
You're
worth
not
the
gonna do
trouble.
it. People knows it.
And people used to say, Ralph, he was kind of quiet type,
Yeah, he
He didn't say a whole lot. And people's walked up to me before and say, boy, Ralph's quiet. He said, he don't say a lot, does he? I said, well, you got to get to know him.
That's right.
I said, once you get to know him, I said, he's a different person.
Yeah. When we talked to him, I was really afraid of that. I thought, man, this is our opportunity to talk to the man himself. And we sat down with him, and I didn't know what to say to Ralph. I was kind of starstruck, is what the problem was. Mm-hmm. And when I got Ralph to laugh and make everybody else laugh, we just felt so much better because, he lived and breathed what he did.
Yes, sir.
And nothing else mattered.
He was a man
He
of
was
very,
doing it, that was it.
I always said Ralph Stanley was a man of very few words, But if you would listen to those few words, you could learn
Oh, yeah.
a mountain full of information.
Yes, sir. No doubt
You
about it.
sure could.
No doubt about it. Well, fellas, I'm gonna let y'all do what you're doing here.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to go in here and cry for a minute because I miss Doc and I know Randall does.
Get your Kleenexes out, get ready to go on
I'm-
stage.
We all do.
I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
Sure do.
Oh yeah. Now, what have you got going on as far as you guys are concerned?
Well, currently in the studio, getting ready to start a new project. We've got a couple songs down and be all new music for us.
Wow.
So we're working on that. It's a time-consuming thing to
It
get all the
is.
songs ready and get them done the way you want them and try to stay the way you want to play them, you know. But we're currently doing that and trying to get this thing off the ground.
Well, what about songwriting? Who's handling those, that most of the?
Well, I write a few songs of my own, and I guess these guys do too. You know, we picked up a few songs from different songwriters, you know, such as Brink Brinkman and
Right.
Dennis Goodwin, which wrote "Devil on the Trail" and "Rockwell's Gold" for Randy Coors, and I've got a new song from him I really love. And then, of course, I don't know if you heard of this guy Homer Jackson. Have you ever heard of the Jackson family?
Yeah, sorta.
Wrote Larry Sparks several hits, and
Yeah, he did.
and I've got a couple songs from him that we're gonna try to record. So
Wow.
just have to get in there and stir it out. Ain't
Oh, it's gonna be action packed.
I
That's gonna
keep
be
Jeff
a good.
Brown out of songs. I'll be done good. You can't hardly get one from him. He hides them out. Man.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, he is.
Yeah, you know how these guys are.
Hey, I want
man.
to tell you about the festival, man. You got
Yeah, that's another thing we
Bristol's
need to ask you about is the
2017.
James Wimber Festival in 2017.
Gonna be
What's your
good.
lineup?
Gonna be good this year. March 24th, 25th.
Yep.
We got Rhonda Vincent and the Rage.
Whoa.
Got the male vocalist of the year this year, Danny Paisley and the Southern Grass.
Oh, my
Junior Sisk, Ramblers Choice, traditional as it gets. We got Dave Atkins, Ralph Stanley II, Larry Sparks. Of course, we'll be there. We got Cumberland Gap Connection and Lorraine Jordan, Carolina Road this year. Larry E. Fawn, the Bluegrass Mountaineers, and just there's many of them I can't remember.
And you're cramming all this into 2 days?
And let me say,
How are you doing this?
Glenn Harrell and Volume 5. I love them.
I love him,
I
guys,
got
man.
it. So, man, it's good music. Hey,
How do you do this in 2 days?
it's hard to put all that in 2 days.
I guarantee it.
We try to give everybody a bang for their buck, I guess you'd say.
No doubt.
Tickets, advance tickets, $65 for 2 days, or you can get a reserved seat with a festival T-shirt.
For 2 days?
Yeah, and a festival, you can get a reserved
Man, that's
seat
cheap.
with a festival T-shirt, and you're guaranteed your seat for 2 days for $100. So
Wow.
and everybody liked that last year. We started that with the reserved seats. Everybody liked it, so we went on with it, and this year, so
Incredible.
we're looking for the big
Man,
dog.
if you're not at Exit 7 to see the James Wimber Festival, man, you are not where you need to be.
That's right. It's gonna be good.
Wow.
Third
Well,
annual, so
I promise you I'll be there.
We're building.
No doubt about it.
Tickled to death to have the Queen of
Well, I have
Bluegrass
to.
coming in.
Yeah, if I have to hang out in the back room somewhere, man, I'm going to be there. No doubt about it.
It's gonna be good. It really is.
Good
It's gonna be
deal.
good.
I'm there. Well, guys, I'm going to let y'all get back to what you're doing now. I'm glad we got the festival out of the way. I'm
Appreciate
sorry,
you, Big Dog.
Randall. Come back and play the Song of the Mountains again soon. I mean,
Yeah, I'd like
it's,
to. I'd like to come back and play for these folks. I always
know,
love
this
coming
is-
up here. We've done it several times with Ralph, me and Junior has with Nathan. And we're glad to be back up here with Randall Hibbits and Appalachia.
That's
I hope
it.
it keeps going, you know.
Well, I think that, Tim White and all those guys, they just bring in the best of the best. I mean, you've really got to be on top of what you're doing when you hit that stage. So these, they already know that you guys are on top of your game. So hey, that's why you're here.
Hopefully we can get back down Bristol with the big dog.
There you go.
We'll
Come on down to
and,
Piggyport sometime.
play
Every
Piggyport
Thursday
again.
night from 7 to 9 in downtown Bristol.
I enjoyed it when we played it.
Throw
We
in
had
a little,
crowd.
throw in a little thing there. Just let us know when you got a free date. The way you guys are playing, it don't look like you're gonna have one soon.
Yeah, we might drop in on you, check you out.
You're a good man. I appreciate it. All right, we're gonna head down the other end of the hall and see what else is going at Song of the Mountains. Hey, we're outside of Song of the Mountains, man. This is the little area between the buildings where everybody goes just to hang out and talk. I found David Holt.
What's up, man?
Hey, great to see you.
Hey,
Thanks
yeah,
for
good
doing
to
this.
see you. What are you doing at Song of the Mountain?
Well, we love coming up to Song of the Mountains. It's one of the shows that I always watch, and people around the country watch it. I have lots of friends in California that
140 million potential viewers.
Well, now,
Wow.
that's big. So we love to come down here and play, and I play the traditional music from around Western North Carolina that I've
Right.
learned for the last, well, I hate to say it, but 50 years.
Like people don't know who he is.
And so it's great to come up here and present it because it's just a little different. What we do is a little different. I play with
Exactly.
Josh Goforth, this young fella, 35 years old, but I've been playing with him 17 years.
Oh my gosh.
While I was playing with Doc, I was still going out doing gigs with Josh, and that's been really a great thing for me to have a young guy to help you do stuff.
So what's it like to be on your own? I mean, you're doing your own thing now. I think you're
always
being a
done-
little more creative
Yeah.
about what you're doing.
That's true. It's like I'm turning 70, so it's like, I'm going to do what I want to do now.
Exactly.
I'm going to do exactly what I want to do, and basically what I'm going to do is keep making music.
That's great.
Yeah,
and
I
that's
just
all
love
that
it.
matters.
No,
you know?
that's all that matters, and I love doing it. I love challenging myself to learn something new or keep pushing on. I'm learning finger picking guitar now. I've been learning 15 years, but it's always a new challenge. It's
It
always
is.
something.
Music's always changing.
Oh,
Well, man, we're glad to have you guys
Well,
here.
thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for talking.
Okay? Thanks a lot. David Holt, what do you think?